England, we don't qualify to the next rounds. Even though we got 1 more to go, but we don't qualify.
Fans look forward to more exciting results as New England community aims to build on this momentum in their upcoming matches. In the international scene, we flip our attention to basketball. Sierra Leonean basketball star Mohamed Tosh Cisse, otherwise known as Medu Tosh, has joined Montenegro in the Philippines where he is playing basketball. Well, this basketball superstar is open to become a better player in so far as that league is concerned. Well, he has made some visible recognition in terms of helping the team to reach great heights in that competition. Mohamed Tosh Cisse is a name that rings a bell in terms of basketball development, and he's seen as a mentor to many youngsters who are coming through the ranks. Congratulations, Medu Tosh Cisse, and that ends your updates. Thank you so much for your time.
Many thanks to our sports desk for that updates. And now to end the news, the main points again. President Julius Maada Bio is calling for stronger ties between ECOWAS and Alliance of Sahel States. He made the call in Freetown during a high-level meeting with the President of the ECOWAS Commission. The National Youth Commission of Sierra Leone held a formal handing-over ceremony today to welcome its newly appointed Commissioner, Joseph Madalhai. The appointment was made by President Julius Maada Bio as part of the government's continued efforts to empower the country's youth and strengthen institutional leadership. And the Ministry of Health and Sanitation, through its Directorate of Food and Nutrition, in collaboration with key partners, has joined the global commemoration of World Breastfeeding Week 2025, calling on all sectors of society to protect, promote and support breastfeeding as a vital foundation for maternal, infant and child health in Sierra Leone and across the globe. Well, that's all we have time for in this edition of News Hour from the SLBC. I am Esther Suzanette Passy. Up next is our Good Morning Sierra Leone program. Thanks for watching and continue to stay glued.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Damn, who knew? All the planes we flew, good things we've been through. That I'll be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I would do, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way, from where we began.
You know we started.
Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again.
Let me tell you.
When I see you again.
First you both go out your way and the vibe is feeling strong. And what's small turn to a friendship turn to a bond, and that bond will never be broken. The love will never get lost. And when brotherhood come first, then the line will never be crossed. Established it on our own when that line had to be drawn, and that line is what we reach. So remember me when I'm gone. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
Let the light guide your way. Yeah. Hold every memory as you go, and every road you take will always lead you home. Oh, it's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
His word shall not fail you, he promised. Believe him and all will be well. Then go to a world that is dying. His perfect salvation to tell. Turn your eyes upon Jesus. Look full in his wonderful face, and the things of earth will grow strangely dim in the light of his glory and grace. And the things of earth will grow strangely dim in the light of his glory and grace. When we walk with the Lord in the light of his word, what a glory he sheds on our way. While we do his good will, he abides with us still, and with all who will trust and obey. Trust and obey, for there's no other way to be happy in Jesus but to trust and obey. Not a shadow can rise, not a cloud in the skies, but his smile quickly drives it away. Not a doubt nor a fear, not a sigh nor a tear can abide while we trust and obey. Not a burden we bear, not a sorrow we share, but our toil he doth richly repay. Not a grief nor a loss, not a frown nor a cross, but is blessed if we trust and obey. Trust and obey, for there's no other way to be happy in Jesus but to trust and obey. But we never can prove the delights of his love until all on the altar we lay. For the favor he shows and the joy he bestows.
the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation. Good morning and welcome to your breakfast show, Good Morning Sierra Leone, the program that always starts your day. I am Sheku Smiler. Our quote of the day is from David Brooks, a Canadian-born American journalist, author and political commentator, and it says, when you are running for president, you have to take some risk and you have got to stay interesting. I go over these wise words, a quote by David Brooks, a Canadian-born American journalist, author and political commentator. And it says, when you are running for president, you have to take some risk and you have got to stay interested. Coming up in this edition of the program, Good Morning Sierra Leone, President Bill to address Parliament today. Bai Mahmoud Bangura speaks on his flag bearer race in the All People's Congress, APC. And the Center for Accountability and Rule of Law, CAR, expresses serious concern over a troubling corruption at the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education. All of these and more lined up in this edition of the program Good Morning Sierra Leone, reaching you live from Broadcasting House, New England Vale in Freetown. We are back, and the program you are still watching is Good Morning Sierra Leone, live from the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation television and through our social media handles. Well, President Julius Maada Bio will later this morning address the nation through Parliament. Well, this is the third session of the 6th Parliament of the Second Republic. So the president is going there to account for his still worship. It is a constitutional provision and also a tradition in this country. But every year the president addresses Parliament. Well, in some other countries it is commonly called the State of the Union Address. So the State of the Nation or the State of the Union Address. That is what the President is going to do this morning in the world. I know a lot of expectations from every sphere. People are expecting to hear good news from Mr. President. And also Mr. President is primarily there to account for his still worship. He is going to tell the people what he has done under the period, in the period under review. So the expectations are high. So it is a matter of wait and see to hear from no less a person than the first gentleman of the country, President Julius Maada Bio. Well, we shall be joining our outside broadcasting in the well and the precinct of Parliament to capture live videos of what will be happening today in the House. This is Good Morning Sierra Leone, and I am Sheku Smiler. But now, as you may have heard in the news or around the vibe around town or around the country, the All People's Congress is preparing for its highly anticipated National Delegates Convention or Conference in the coming months. Momentum is already building around the race for the party's next flag bearer. Several senior members of the APC have declared their intention to lead the party into the next general elections, each bringing their own vision, experience and aspirations. Among them is Bai Mahmoud Bangura, a politician, a former Minister of Youth Affairs, owner of Bai announced by Kumar administration, a youth and a long-serving national youth leader within the APC. But what's motivating Mr. Bangura to seek the highest position in the party? What does he hope to bring to the APC and the country? Well, in today's edition of the program, we are joined by Bai Mahmoud Bangura, aspirant for the position of standard bearer or flag bearer for the APC ahead of the 2028 general elections. Good morning, Mr. Mahmoud Honorable.
Good morning, Sheikh Usmala. Good morning, Slbc.
Now, the question around is that, what's the motivation behind Mr. Mahmoud's, intention to carry the flag?
Thank you very
of
much.
The APC.
Thank you very much. Motivation for me to aspire for the flag bearer and the national leader position of the APC is born out of a genuine desire to extend my responsibility and duty in terms of the commitment and contribution in building a stronger party prepared to translate the aspirations of our people, the people of Sierra Leone, guided by the philosophy of APC, which is constructive nationalism that prioritizes the welfare of the ordinary man and woman of this country.
So, Mr. Mahmoud, you've served in government before, and your critics are with the opinion that what's the impact you created in the lives of young people in this country, especially during your tenure, as a Minister of Youth Affairs. What you did not do, but you think your presidency will accomplish?
Thank you. My political journey has been guided and has been defined by my contribution in the youth development in this country. In my party, I've served as the longest serving youth leader, and in governance, I served as presidential youth leader and youth minister. During my tenure under the administration of President Bai Mahmoud, we translated a vision in which President Kenema expressed a strong desire in changing the lives of young people in this country. And I want to quote in one of his speeches in which he stated, and I quote, "I will lay my life for the young people of this country." This was translated into a policy action oriented, centered in terms of giving a definition to this. We deploy a lot of attention and resources. That's why many institutions were created. First, the National Youth Commission, which was meant to address the social issues affecting young people, and a special ministry. It was a novelty, the first time to create a special ministry of youth affairs.
But people see a lot of overlapping or duplication of roles and functions were taking place, especially between the Ministry of Youth Affairs and that of the National Youth Commission.
All these things.
Overlapping, people say overlapping and duplication were taking place.
I think by policy and even by implementation, the two institutions were complementary to each other. The Youth Commission was there to address social issues of young people, while the Ministry of Youth Affairs was a political institution to provide political leadership into them with the aspiration and the agenda of the government by the time. That is why they were not complicating institutions.
But at several times, in the news, we saw a kind of a very unhealthy relationship between the youth minister and that of the youth commissioner.
Maybe it was a policy clash in terms of understanding their roles. But during my tenure, it was clear we were able to draw the lines to understand where the application of the guiding principles and also the duties and responsibility of one institution to be sharply different from the other, but not without collaboration, coordination, because all institutions were focused in trying to see we have a healthy youth society, a viable youth society, a transformative youth society, and a youth society that can contribute to development. And we see that we solve the topical issues of youth problems like unemployability, unemployment, education, health, social interaction, enterprise, innovation, etc. So those institutions were there, and that's why we even further multiply to see we cater for all the cadres of young people in the country, because you have those people, the youth strata that are illiterate and some are literate, and you cannot have the same approach, one tight approach to address those issues. Because our background in terms of the conflict history and whatsoever, there was what we call an age invasion, in which the young people were identified with the problems not by age. Because analysts have stated that since we had an 11-year war in our country, for those young people who are born between the 90s, morally or historically, spiritually, 11 years are being wasted in the aspect of the demonstration for them to grow. Because of this, you see people identifying themselves at the age of 40, 45, they say, I'm a youth. Not because of the age, but because of the circumstances in which they find themselves. And all these young people, we are a group of people that the state, the country, and the government of President Nkrumah prioritize in terms of giving them a better life. That's why the creation of National Youth Commission, the Ministry of Youth Affairs, the National Youth Service, and even bringing other projects that are second chance projects.
Okay, now let us talk about, because the fact is that once you've declared your intention to hold, a very significant office for the service of this nation, there are questions that people ask. This is the time for screening, and during your time, people say the youth in agriculture, the youth in fisheries, the youth in car wash, or something like that. There are projects, especially youth in agriculture, or youth in farming.
Youth village.
Yes,
farm.
Youth village, the youth farm, the youth in fisheries. People said much was not achieved. What do you have to say to that?
Well, maybe that would be a political opinion on somebody else. But I know the youth in which these projects were done for appreciated the intervention, and I say most of those policies were they are novelty. They are introduced by the President Nkrumah administration. When I was categorizing the issue of young people, I told you that demographic factors play a great role in terms of categorizing them. The idea of bringing youth in fishery, youth village, youth farm, this is informed by the fact that young people's problems are multifaceted, and they depend on the type of geography or the social strata in which they find themselves. For example, you cannot bring carpentry materials or equipment to give to young people that believe they can survive through fishing.
All right. Okay. So behold, there, as we have our team at our team covering the state opening. I mean, the third session of the 6th Parliament of the Second Republic. Our own Ibrahim Samora is there for us. So we'll now join State Parliament and for some updates on what is happening there this morning, as the President will be addressing the nation through Parliament. It is the State of the Nation address that is going to be delivered by President Julius Maada Bio. in the third or the opening of the third session of the 6th Parliament of the Second Republic. Let us have him. And we shall join Ibrahim Samura and team at Parliament for updates on how Parliament looks like this morning, and before the arrival of President to deliver the State of the Nation address, marking the opening of the third session of the 6th Parliament of the Second Republic. Now, before we went for that break, I was talking to Bai Mahmoud Bangura, vying for, he's an aspirant for the APC standard bearer position, or, I mean, flag bearer. Tell us, you're talking about the youth projects.
Yes.
Under your stewardship.
Yeah, I was just giving a clear definition of why the multiple areas of intervention. I gave an example that you must bring the appropriate solutions to solve the problems. A youth in fishery is just one apt project to handle the issues of coastal young people. And youth farm was also an intervention to create or to build a chain the skills in terms of a chain reaction to increase productivity in terms
all right,
of
okay, let us we'll come back to you Bai Mahmoud Bangura, aspirant for the flag of the APC ahead of 2028 elections. Now we've got Ibrahim. Yes, let us now join Ibrahim Samora, who is right there at Parliament building to bring us updates on what is happening this morning ahead of the state's opening of Parliament.
This state's opening is here where the president will come to kind of give a scorecard, explain to MPs and also the people of Sierra Leone what he had done with in the second term. After in the second term also, we explain also to MPs another plan and also some of the achievements. So maybe to take the discussion further, I want to take the discussion further. We have now the leader of the opposition here in Parliament. Also, we have the whip of the opposition. We want to talk to the leader of the opposition. Good morning, and Honorable Abu Kabu. Good morning. I want to welcome you to SLBC.
Good morning, Mr. Samura. Good morning, SLBC. Good morning, the people of this country. No, the last time we were in Parliament, it was the first session that we were not in Parliament. This is the third session, the opening of the third session. The second session we were in Parliament. Yes.
So important is today.
Well, this is an opportunity. Well, previously, the nation would be with a heart of expectancy that in as much as the president is making a State of the Nation address, state opening address, a lot of things are going to be addressed, that are in the advantage of ordinary citizens, but that is not the case now. You see, because now when the president makes, the state opening address, there are no new things there for the citizens. When you talk about development, when you talk about things that the president intends doing, when you talk about a lot of other things that the president may intend to do for the citizens. So State of the Nation address is where the citizens really expect offers to be made to the ordinary citizens by His Excellency.
As leader of the opposition, and what are you expecting from the president's speech?
Well, interestingly, unlike the first term, in this second term, I don't know whether it's deliberate, there has been a drastic reduction in the number of pages in the state opening address of the president. Previously, we used to see a lot of promises. I could remember in my last term in Parliament, I highlighted some of these promises that were not fulfilled by His Excellency the President. In the previous state opening, it was only few pages, and the President did not even spend enough time to read the state opening address. So now it's like it's not more of promises, because the essence of the state opening address is for the president to tell us which areas of his manifesto he has decided to address this very year, you see. But that did not happen in the last session, and that did not happen in his first session of this very 6th Parliament of the Second Republic. So we are with the act of expectancy that the President would not tell us what he intends to do, the challenges in his manifesto that he intends to address, which should be the case, So this is going to be just a normal state opening.
Thank you very much. He is the leader of the opposition, Honorable Arokagbo, explaining what is looking forward from the president's speech. And still, we are here in the Well of Parliament, and we can see a lot of dignitaries in the Chamber of Parliament. They are here just to come and listen to the president. And already, as you can see, ministers have started trickling into the well. Now, we just spoken to the leader of the opposition, and now we are here. We are here to the ruling SLPP. And this here is the ruling. So for that, we want to engage. We're going to engage MPs from the ruling, for them to explain to us this day, the relevance of this day, and for that I will talk to Honorable Kurat Vandi. He's a second timer here in the Well of Parliament. He is the chairman for the Energy Committee. So good morning, Honorable. I want to welcome you to SLBC. Today is the state opening of Parliament. You are dressed in your party color, and also you are dressed in your party color. So explain to us the relevance of today's state opening.
Good morning, SLBC. Good morning, viewers, and good morning to my constituent. Today is a constitutional mandate performed by the President. If you look into the 1991 Constitution, the President is head of Parliament. So it is incumbent on us as a government that every year the President come and deliver his speech. We refer to it as state opening of Parliament. Once that is not done, anything discussed in the Well of Parliament does not hold at all. So it's a constitutional mandate. So that is what we are coming to perform. What is coming to perform today.
Okay. So what are you expecting for the President's speech?
Well, I'm not part of the executive. I don't want to preempt, but I expect good things from his speech because he has always given very good speeches. So I also expect a very good speech to be delivered today. His plans, his government has done, and what he intends to do. That's what I'm definitely expecting.
Thank you very much. It is Honorable Kekura Vandi, and also we have another, and also an MP from the ruling SLPP. I will be talking to a host of MPs today in the state opening. For now, I want to talk to also another second-time MP. He was there she was there in the 5th Parliament today, and she's also here in the 6th Parliament. And good morning, Honorable Rebecca.
Yes.
Representing Kono District.
That's it.
Good morning. Welcome to SLBC.
Thank you very much.
And today is the state opening.
Yes.
And the President will come and deliver some of his the programs to you. So take us to the relevance of this state opening, especially to your people in Kono District.
Yes, the state opening is very, very relevant for our people because it's like reading a report card and also showing people what are your next step or next plan Today we'll be hearing from the president what has happened in the different sectors, from mining, agriculture, youth, women, education, health. So we'll be hearing from the president what the government have done so far in those areas. There are a lot of climate change, and also what are the next plans, because we as the ruling party SLPP, we believe that the government has done so much in these sectors that are that hold the lives of people, and we want to assure our people that these deliveries are out there. You make sure you watch through Facebook, you see it live, and make sure in your little corner, we as your representative will be able to also explain to you further about what the president have done and what are the next plans. And these plans are not just for the president and the ministers or we the honorables. These plans are also for the people. So we have to work together to ensure any plan the president talks about here today should be implemented by all of us, because we are all Sierra Leoneans.
I know you're an activist, also someone very careful of women's empowerment. But for your estimation, which area would you like to hear more when the president addresses lawmakers?
There are lots of areas. One is women's empowerment, and number two is agriculture. Because if we have to talk about Feed Sierra Leone, it's not the president that is going to do a farm for us. It's all of us. We want to see what the president will talk about, support to our local farmers. And we also want to look at the area of education. We know education is a key to everything that we are doing. So we want to see what the president will talk about education, and most especially health. With all of this, if our health condition in this country is not good, I'm telling you, it will not be good for the rest of the sectors. I believe very soon the president will be opening the maternal health center for excellence. So that's one thing I think the president will have to talk about it here today. So health is very, very paramount. It's crucial for every other area of development, because without health, there will be no development.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. She is Honorable Rebecca, representing Connaught District, and we continue to talk to more lawmakers in the House. And because today is the day where the president will be addressing them, explain to them what he has given in his governance, and also want to welcome you, and Honorable, want to welcome you to SLBC. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Today we are here in the web to listen to the president.
Exactly.
To what area you more particular to listen to?
In the first place, I want to say a very big thank you to His Excellency the President. He's not only a president of Sierra Leone, but he has demonstrated being a leader for the rest of Africa and the world at large. Of course, this is it's a testament of what he has demonstrated, being leader of ECOWAS. He has taken this country to represent, to be represented in the Security Council. So that alone, externally, we are there, and of course, internally, this is the president that has washed the face of this country. We have a dented country for the past years, of course. So internally, we are now recognized, or externally, we are recognized, and again, within the sub-region, we are also a big brother. And within the citizenry of this country, this is the most popular president I've had over the years in my time as an adult. You know, education, of course. This is the president that has prioritized education, and we all know what it means when the country's population is educated. We know what it means. They can knock the door. Education can help you knock the door at all advantages. So, of course, the youth, prioritizing the youth population, he has, made the youth to realize their potentials. Look at the all sectors within the governance architecture in this country. Youths are represented. They are now taking lead in their own development and their own aspirations. So this is a president that we admire as a people.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Vias. There is an other representative from the ruling SLP MP is just explaining about. I also have another member of parliament. In fact, he is a paramount chief member of parliament. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, SLBC.
So who are we speaking to?
My name is Honorable Paramount Chief Ali Balansama Mara, the third of Slbc Chiefdom, Connecticut District, and Chairman PC MP.
And you are here this morning to come and listen to the President's state opening. So how relevant is this day for you as PC lawmaker?
Well, today is a special day, and it's an historical day for us as a nation of the Republic of Sierra Leone. Today is the state opening of the third session of the 6th parliamentary session in Parliament, wherein we are going to have His Excellency the President, retired Dr. Julius Maada Bio, is going to address the nation.
So, Honorable PC Mara, so what area do you think, or you're expecting the President to explain more?
Well, actually, he's going to address us about his success stories and his plan, what he has for us, and the packages he has, and discuss the way forward as the way his government, the effort that his government has been doing to transform Sierra Leone.
Well, thank you very much. He is Honorable Ali Balansama Mara. Is a member of parliament, but also a paramount chief representing. Also, we have from the opposition. Again, we just flip over to the opposition, and also we have, for that matter, the whip from the opposition, Honorable Catherine Zainab Tagawali. She is a second timer in the Well of Parliament. Good morning, Honorable.
Yes, good morning, SLBC, and good morning, Sierra Leoneans. We are saying a very good morning in a rainy morning, so we want to say thank you for watching us, viewers, and we want to say thank you for seeing Parliament. We are here to do the opening session of the third session of the 6th Parliament by His Excellency the President, and we are here to give all our support, and we've been given our support, and so we are giving again our support for this particular session of the third opening of Parliament.
And today the President will be talking about different areas of his governance. So which area as an opposition are you looking forward to explain?
We are looking for development. Development is key. The problem of inflation is killing our people. And remember, even if the price of a bag is down, if the price of cup of bag of rice is still up, there is nothing, there's no reflection on the inflation issue. So we are asking the President to still go back to the issue of inflation. Inflation is still on the position that people don't want to see it, and we are saying, Mr. President, can we please say thank you for putting down the price of bag, but can you please do the monitoring? Can we all do the monitoring for the benefit of all Sierra Leoneans? Development is key. Our roads are so bad. We want to see more development.
Education is another area where the government has made huge success, according if you listen to the Minister of Education.
Our education is very key. No development without education. So we are calling on the minister and other stakeholders to revisit the curriculum, because we've been hearing some issues into the new curriculum, especially with WAEC and the issues of the West African issue. So for our kids to be satisfied, for our kids to be safe, we want education to be thoroughly looked into. We want education to be another priority for the benefits of everybody.
Thank you very much. She is Honorable Catherine Zainab Tagawali representing the opposition. She is one of the chief whips.
So our own Ibrahim Samura in the Well of Parliament this morning. I'm talking to guests, members of Parliament and government officials as they await the arrival of President Julius Maada Bio for the state opening of the third session of the 6th Parliament of the Second Republic of Sierra Leone. So the order of the program is already here. And let me just quickly go through how it is going to look like this morning in the weather. Well, by now, the Republic of the Sierra Leone Armed Forces mounts of Guard of Honor with the military band in their positions in the forecourt of Parliament. Well, in the event of inclement weather, inspection of the Guard of Honor will take place in the State Hall. That if the rains are there, instead of the Guard of Honor at the forecourt of Parliament, is going to be in the State Hall, that is in the Parliament itself. And invited guests who wish to view the inspection move to the North Terrace overlooking the Guard of Honor, and also foregather on the balconies. The order of program I'm just reading to you. Members of Parliament take their seats at the forecourt. Arrival of the Chief of Defence Staff, parade called to attention. Guard Commander salutes the Chief of Defence Staff. Arrival of the Deputy Minister of Defence. The Speaker, Deputy Speaker, Ministers, Deputy Ministers, judges, diplomats, Christian and Muslim leaders are seated in the forecourt. That is supposed to take place at 9:50 a.m. 9:55, arrival of the Honorable Vice President, and the Chief of Defence Staff receives him and leads him to the saluting location. At 10 a.m., His Excellency Julius Maada Bio arrives at the forecourt of Parliament building. The President is received by the Speaker, the Deputy Speaker, the Majority Leader and Leader of Government Business, Leader of the Opposition and the Clerk of Parliament. The Chief of Defence Staff conducts His Excellency to the saluting location. Guard gives his presidential salute and the national anthem is played. His Excellency inspects the Guard of Honor and returns okay, that is for the presidential salute. He returns for the presidential salute. His Excellency the President, accompanied by the Vice President, the Speaker, the Deputy Speaker, the Majority Leader and the Leader of Government Business. Leader of Opposition proceeds to the retiring room in the Speaker's suit. Invited guests move to the chamber and are ushered to their seats. Members of Parliament assembled in their places in the chamber. The Vice President is conducted to his seat. The Speaker and the Clerk of Parliament preceded by the Sergeant at Arms bearing the maize, and they enter the chamber. Now, everybody is seated. The Majority Leader and Leader of Government Business conduct His Excellency to His Excellency the President to the entrance of the chamber, where a procession is formed. A fanfare is sounded by trumpeters of the military band from the upper gallery. His Excellency is conducted by the Sergeant at Arms and the Speaker in procession to that is now for the national anthem. His Excellency takes his seat on the presidential chair and says, "Pray be seated." Prayers are said by the Clerk of Parliament, religious leaders, and after which the President will make his address, which is the State of the Nation address by the President, which will really climax the state opening of the third session of the 6th Parliament of the Second Republic of Sierra Leone. So this is the order of the program this morning. But I still have in the studio Bai Mahmoud Bangura to vying for the flag of the APC. Now let's talk about some of the things that you think you bring to the table, because coming from a particular sector that has got enormous challenges, and for you to surmount those challenges, you must have got, or you must have a very solid program to address or to answer to the youth question. That is the constituency you are coming from. And you have been a youth leader for the longest of time. Now tell us, what is your program insofar as addressing or answering to these youth questions are concerned?
Thank you very much. In the first place, like I rightly stated, the first step is in terms of solving problems, you have to identify the problems. With my experience in youth service, I believe I have the required expertise and knowledge, the technical skill required to address young people problems. I think the first is to handle the issue of unemployability and the introduction of a curriculum in which young people be equipped with skills and innovation that are a perfect match to the modern market, and at the same time giving them the skills that will be very viable for them to be job creators instead of job seekers. Introduce an education curriculum that will make them very competent to match the global best practice, and through exchange programs, through peer review with other nations that have success stories in terms of youth empowerment, bring new skills, new innovation, new policies, improve on the institutions that have already been created, especially during our tenure. Let's look at some other policy guidance, like the Africa Youth Charter. There are so many creations there in which, when domesticated, they can create an impact in terms of changing the lives of young people, in terms of creating opportunity and having a healthy youth society, that is the emphasis. We put anti-drug abuse campaign mechanisms, because we need a sound mind, prepared mental youth situation in which our young people have the shape and the required attention in which they can respond positively in terms of whatever opportunity that come. You can bring the heavens down. If you don't prepare the youth to receive it, it also becomes a problem. And with the current situation, with the kind of administration we have that turn either against the problems of young people and even creating issues that are destroying our young people in this country, I think that demands an urgent intervention. With my expertise, I think the solutions are hopefully going to be created. I'll put a Marshall Plan in which to bring people with professional backgrounds, in terms of youth development and transformation.
Yes, you have all these good plans for young people of this country, but at the same time, we have too many social problems, and the aged are also victims of some of these societal problems. The aged in this country, if you look at the way some of them, their plights, very, very, very poor people, are suffering. You don't need to be told. You walk around, you see how the aged, you see them as destitute around. What is the program for the aged?
Yes, the all components that you are seeing, youth is just a minute component in terms of the national program that we're going to put in place when I have the opportunity. That's why my vision is centered on building bridges for a national cohesion, for an economic renaissance, political and democratic revival. When we have an economic renaissance, when we pay attention in terms of energy generation, when we improve our productivity in order to advance our GDP, most of the problems we are talking about, these are capital intensive, required partnership, required collaboration, they require technicalities in terms of putting them into a success line. So the problems that we are facing now in this country, they are not respecters of age, they are not respecters of gender, they are not respecters of your origin, they are not respecters of your ethnicity or also your political belonging.
Well, the reason I'm asking this question, the older folks, are a bit jitsi, because they're looking at it with a different lens. But you guys, the young ones want to take over. And once they take over, they are left behind, they are nothing, they are not considered anymore. That is the fear, that is the phobia. I think that is the phobia among our older folks, our fathers, our grandfathers, as the case may be. So what is the assurance? Because if you became president of this country, or you became flag bearer of the APC, you're not just there for the young people, you are there to cater for everybody, regardless of age, regardless of probably this person did not support me, in my presidential bid, or my flag bearer bid, but it is now for everybody. And one of what is expected of you as a leader is to unite everybody, regardless of where that person belonged during the campaign or during the struggle for flag bearer. So what is the assurance for especially the older folks? Because they are seeing you guys as on this kind of revolution take over, and once that happens, they are left behind, they are not considered. So what is the assurance?
In the first place, we need energies, fresh minds to take up leadership in this country. And in the process, two things exist as concept. By my estimation, the young people are living on hope. And that is why they are looking for a leader that will give them that hope in which and way to fit in. And coming to the old, they are living on redemption, and they need that young person who have interfaced with them, who have played the role in terms of restoring their integrity and honor. And looking for an example, I am here so I can build the bridge. That's why I center in building bridges. Those bridges are not only in the aspect of doing with the national cohesion, but also in the aspect of creating a balance in terms of development opportunities. So the aged must be hopeful that a leadership is coming that will assure them for redemption.
So now let us know, how is the Bai Mahmoud campaign going within the party? This is not right. It has a national character, but this one is about delegates. They are the ones who are going to determine who becomes flag bearer, who becomes chairman, who becomes secretary general, as the case may be. So now tell us, how strong is Bai Mahmoud Bangura? What is your touch with the delegates, those who are going to vote? Well, oh yes, as it stands right now, you are yet to conduct your lower level elections. Yeah? So there you are going to get your delegates. But then, how popular is Bai Mahmoud among them, or in the APC family?
Yes, of course, if I am to measure my popularity, maybe it will be an overstatement, because nobody will expect me that I'm to say I'm not popular. But what I will tell the public, with my service in the APC for 22 years, working throughout the rank and file to the highest level in terms of leadership, I stand and have the chance of being the closest to the delegate and knowing the delegate and having the experience of winning elections through delegates. I want to assure the supporters out there, and also to assure people who believe in my aspiration, that when, if only victory will be mentioned by a delegate, if we vote today, I'll become the flag bearer of the APC. That I will assure you.
Okay, we'll find time for us to have an exclusive interview with you, because you have a lot to say. You have to react to critics, things they've said about you, and your preparedness, for a task that could be described as Herculean. What is for some of the day. Thank you so much, Bai Mahmoud Bangura.
Thank you.
He is vying for the flag or the standard bearer position of the APC. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for listening.
Okay, now let us move on to something else, and it has to do with education. The Center for Accountability and Rule of Law, CAR, has expressed serious concerns over a troubling and unprecedented case of corruption within the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary School Education. According to recent findings, thousands of ghost workers, non-existent employees, have been discovered on the payroll of various schools across the country. In a memorandum issued by the Teaching Service Commission, TSC, and released by the Ministry of Finance, it was revealed that government funds have been unknowingly disbursed to 4,662 ghost workers. This revelation points to a massive drain on public resources, money that could have been directed toward improving our education system and national development. What does this mean for the future of Sierra Leone? We are joined by Jeremy Ben Simbo. He is head of programs at CAR, that is the Center for Accountability and Rule of Law. Now, Jeremy, tell us, this is quite a huge sum. Talking about over 4,000, ghost workers in the education sector. In the first place, how did you uncover? How did you uncover this syndicate anyway?
They were not uncovered by us. Just to let you know, and the viewers as well. In March this year, the Teaching Service Commission, together with some other development partners, we are financially and technically supported by the World Bank to undertake the physical verification exercise of teachers across the country. And the TSC, together with some other development partners, undertook that exercise. The physical verification of teachers was conducted across Sierra Leone. And it was, during the verification